Have you ever taken a bite of fruit thinking, this has to be good for me, only to find out later it might be doing more harm than good? You're not alone. Shockingly, nearly 65% of seniors are regularly eating fruits that may look healthy, but are actually spiking blood sugar, triggering inflammation, and slowly wearing down your muscles, joints, and circulation. It's like handing your body a sweet little time bomb and not even knowing it. Some of the biggest culprits are fruits we've trusted for decades. Served at breakfast, blended in smoothies, even recommended by doctors. But one of them in particular, and we'll get to it soon, has been directly linked to dangerous medication interactions and a higher risk of falls. That's something no senior should ever face from what seems like an innocent snack. But don't worry, we're not just here to scare you. We're also going to reveal 4 powerful fruits that should be part of your daily routine to keep your legs strong, your heart healthy, and your energy up. So before we dive in, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, and comment 1 if you're ready to protect your health one bite at a time. Let's get into it. 4 fruits seniors should never touch. 1. Grapefruits. Grapefruits, with their bright color and refreshing tartness, have long been seen as a symbol of health. For many of us, a glass of grapefruit juice in the morning felt like a good habit, a fresh start to the day. But the older I get, the more I've learned that not everything that looks healthy is healthy for everyone, especially for those of us over 60. What most people don't realize is that grapefruits contain compounds called furanocoumarins, a mouthful of a name, but their effects are even harder to swallow. These compounds interfere with an enzyme in the liver that's responsible for breaking down many common medications. And for seniors who depend on heart pills, blood pressure meds, cholesterol drugs, or antidepressants, this interference can be dangerous. When grapefruit slows down your liver's ability to clear these drugs, the medication builds up in your bloodstream, sometimes reaching toxic levels. I remember a woman I met in a community wellness class named Judith. She was in her early 70s, active, sharp, and always had a smile. But she began experiencing strange swelling in her legs and feet, along with dizziness and fatigue. It wasn't until her doctor connected the dots that they realized her morning grapefruit juice, just 1 glass, was silently clashing with her medications. It had caused her blood pressure meds to become too strong, affecting her circulation and draining her energy. She had no idea something so simple could be causing such chaos inside her body. This kind of medication overload hits the legs first. The blood vessels in our lower body are more vulnerable with age, and when medication levels rise too high, circulation suffers. That means swelling, muscle weakness, and in some cases, dangerous blood clots. Over time, this can even accelerate nerve damage in the feet, stripping away strength, sensitivity, and stability. And the damage doesn't stop at the legs. The liver and kidneys also get overwhelmed, which allows inflammation to spread through the joints and muscles. That slow ache in your knees, that stiffness in the morning, it may not just be getting older. It might be your body's way of waving a red flag. This isn't about being afraid of food. It's about being smarter about what goes into our bodies. We've worked too hard to lose our freedom to something that can be prevented with better awareness. Grapefruit may look innocent on the plate, but for many of us, it's just not worth the risk. Now that we've uncovered the hidden danger behind this common fruit, let's take a closer look at the next one. It's something you'll find in almost every kitchen, and yet for many seniors, it's slowly wearing away at strength without warning. Stay with me. This next one might surprise you even more. 2. Bananas overripe. Bananas often feel like the perfect fruit, soft, easy to chew, gentle on the stomach, and full of comforting familiarity. For many of us, they've been a go-to snack for decades. But as we grow older, especially when protecting our legs, balance, and overall mobility becomes more important than ever, we need to take a closer look at what that simple banana might be doing inside our bodies. The trouble begins as bananas ripen. What starts as a modest, balanced fruit becomes a concentrated source of sugar. An overripe banana, the kind most people prefer for its sweetness, can cause a rapid spike in blood sugar. For seniors, whose bodies often don't process sugar as efficiently, these surges trigger low-grade inflammation. And it's this inflammation that attacks the smallest blood vessels first, especially those in the legs and feet. Over time, that inflammation can dull nerve sensitivity, slow circulation, and weaken the very systems that keep us steady on our feet. What seems like just a bit of stiffness or tingling might actually be your body signaling that it's under stress. And that stress, left unchecked, begins to affect how confidently and safely you walk, climb stairs, or even just get out of a chair. There's also the issue of potassium. While bananas are known for this mineral, and it's certainly important for muscle and nerve function, overripe bananas contain unusually high levels of it. Too much potassium can lead to irregular heart rhythms, sudden drops in blood pressure, and even unexpected muscle weakness, all of which raise the risk of falls, fatigue, and injury. The most dangerous part is how subtle it all is. A banana here and there seems harmless. But when it's overripe, eaten alone and consumed regularly, the sugar and potassium can start to quietly erode the stability and strength we rely on each day. That's why the key isn't to avoid bananas entirely, but to eat them wisely. Choose firm, just ripe bananas. Pair them with protein or fiber, like a spoonful of nut butter or a few almonds, to help slow down the sugar absorption and keep blood sugar more stable. It's about being thoughtful, not fearful. Our bodies deserve care, especially now. And while bananas may be beloved, they're not always as innocent as they seem. And if you thought bananas were sneaky, wait until you hear about the next fruit. It's praised for being heart-healthy and refreshing, but for seniors, it may be silently working against your circulation and strength. Let's take a closer look. 3. Cherries in excess. Did you know that a single cup of sweet cherries contains nearly 20 grams of sugar, almost as much as a glazed donut? That might come as a surprise, especially since cherries are often marketed as a heart-healthy, antioxidant-rich snack. And while it's true that cherries do contain beneficial compounds, for older adults, particularly those working to preserve leg strength and circulation, there's a serious downside that's too often overlooked. Cherries may look harmless, but their natural sugars are highly concentrated, especially in sweeter varieties. For seniors, whose insulin sensitivity naturally declines with age, this sudden flood of sugar can overwhelm the body's ability to manage glucose levels. When blood sugar runs high, it doesn't just affect your energy, it acts like acid, slowly eroding the delicate walls of your blood vessels. This is especially damaging in the legs and feet, where tiny capillaries work hard to deliver oxygen and nutrients. As these vessels weaken, circulation suffers. Muscles fatigue faster, small scrapes heal slower, and with poor circulation comes a higher risk of nerve damage, ulcers, and even infections that can become dangerous if left unchecked. It doesn't happen overnight. You may simply notice your legs feeling heavier by the end of the day, or that a bruise lingers longer than it used to. But these aren't just signs of aging, they're early warnings of a system under stress. And if ignored, the consequences can be life-altering. Neuropathy, loss of mobility, or in severe cases, amputation. There's also the emotional cost. Losing your confidence to walk, the freedom to move without pain, or the joy of independence. Those are not small losses. They affect how we feel about ourselves, how we engage with life. That's why something as innocent as a bowl of cherries deserves a second look. The solution isn't to give up cherries entirely, but to enjoy them mindfully. A few cherries in season can still be part of a healthy diet, but when they're eaten by the handful or turned into juice, jams, or dried snacks, the sugar impact grows rapidly, and so does the risk. And cherries aren't the only sweet culprit hiding in plain sight. There's one tropical fruit, beloved in summer, that could be even more aggressive in stirring up inflammation that attacks your legs from the inside out. Let's take a look at what's next. 4. Pineapples. Pineapples are bright, juicy, and full of tropical charm. For many of us, they bring to mind summer cookouts, fresh fruit bowls, or a refreshing bite on a warm afternoon. They're rich in vitamin C and contain bromelain, an enzyme that's often praised for helping with inflammation. On the surface, they seem like the perfect fruit. But as we age, and especially if we're focused on keeping our legs strong, our joints flexible, and our balance steady, it's worth taking a closer look. What many seniors don't realize is that pineapples are also very high in natural sugars. And when eaten in generous portions, like a bowl of fresh chunks or pineapple juice with breakfast, Those sugars can spike blood sugar quickly, especially for those already dealing with insulin resistance. When that happens, it sets off a low-grade storm of inflammation, and our most vulnerable parts, our legs, feet, and joints, often take the hit. Inflammation from sugar doesn't always feel dramatic. It can show up slowly, a little more swelling in the ankles, a deeper ache in the knees, or legs that just don't feel as steady. For those with arthritis, the natural acids in pineapple can add to the problem, irritating joints and even making symptoms worse after eating. And yet, the answer isn't to fear pineapple, it's to approach it more mindfully. A few pieces in a salad or on the side of a balanced meal won't harm most people, but for seniors watching their blood sugar, digestion, or inflammation, it's wise to limit portions, avoid pineapple juice, and pair it with protein or fiber to slow its absorption. The bigger lesson here isn't just about pineapple, it's about awareness. Our bodies change, and that means our habits must evolve with them. What once felt fine at 40 may feel very different at 70. But that's not something to fear, it's something to work with. Because when we pay attention to the signals our body gives us, when we eat with intention instead of habit, we gain back a little more control, a little more comfort, and a lot more strength. Now, not all fruits carry this hidden risk. In fact, some are quiet heroes, helping to protect your circulation, nourish your muscles, and support your independence every single day. Let's turn now to the 4 fruits you should be eating to feel stronger, lighter, and more energized. 4 fruits seniors must eat. 1. Blueberries. Blueberries may be small, but they're nothing short of powerful, especially for those of us who are entering a season of life where strength, balance, and independence matter more than ever. These tiny blue gems are loaded with anthocyanins, a type of antioxidant that works deep inside the body to fight inflammation, improve circulation, and protect the tissues that keep us moving freely. As we age, inflammation becomes a quiet but constant threat. It settles in the joints, dulls the nerves, and slowly robs us of the ease and confidence we once had with every step. But blueberries offer a gentle, natural way to push back. Just a handful a day has been shown to improve blood flow, helping vital oxygen and nutrients reach the legs and feet where they're needed most. I remember my neighbor Edna, who's 76 now and still sharp as a tack. A few years ago, she began noticing her legs felt heavier, especially in the afternoons. Walking around the block started taking more effort, and she felt like she was slowing down. Her doctor suggested a few dietary changes, and one of them was adding blueberries to her daily routine. Nothing fancy, just a bowl each morning with breakfast. Within weeks, Edna told me she felt more energy in her legs. She was walking longer, standing steadier, and smiling more. The beauty of blueberries isn't just in how they help your body. They're good for the mind and spirit, too. These antioxidants don't only protect your muscles and blood vessels, they also support memory, eye health, and the immune system, helping you stay sharp, clear, and resilient. And let's not forget the emotional power of making a good choice. There's a kind of quiet joy in knowing that something so simple, something as familiar as a bowl of blueberries, can be a daily act of self-care. With every bite, you're not just eating fruit. You're investing in the strength to walk without fear, to hug your grandchildren with energy, and to keep showing up for the life you've worked so hard to build. But blueberries are just the beginning. There's another fruit, rich, creamy, and full of nourishing oils, that may just be your best friend in protecting your joints and muscles from within. Let's take a closer look. 2. Avocados. Among all the fruits nature provides, few offer the depth of nourishment and protection that the avocado does, especially for those of us over 60. Its creamy texture may feel indulgent, but beneath the surface lies a potent blend of nutrients that directly support strength, balance, and independence. Avocados are rich in heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, which help reduce inflammation throughout the body. For seniors, this is critical. Chronic inflammation is one of the primary causes of joint stiffness, muscle fatigue, and even poor circulation. By incorporating healthy fats into your diet, you help your joints stay lubricated, your movements remain fluid, and you reduce the silent wear and tear that can slowly rob you of mobility. One of avocado's standout minerals is potassium, which plays a vital role in maintaining stable blood pressure. When blood pressure is well regulated, it ensures consistent blood flow to the legs and feet, preventing the muscle fatigue, numbness, and slow healing that can lead to more serious complications, including falls. In fact, a study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that diets rich in potassium were associated with better muscle function and a lower risk of stroke in older adults. Avocados also provide magnesium, a mineral essential for muscle coordination and nerve function. This becomes especially important as we age, since magnesium deficiencies are more common in seniors and can lead to cramping, weakness, and imbalance. What's more, avocados contain soluble fiber, which supports digestion and helps stabilize blood sugar levels. Avoiding blood sugar spikes is not just about diabetes prevention. It's about protecting your energy levels, your mental clarity, and your body's ability to maintain steady movement without sudden crashes in strength. Eating avocados isn't just about nutrition. It's about preserving the freedom to move confidently through life. Every smooth bite supports a system that keeps you walking, standing, and staying independent. Whether it's added to toast, blended into a smoothie, or enjoyed with a salad, avocado can easily become a daily defense against frailty. But this is only one part of the story. There's another fruit, crisp, sweet, and often underestimated, that holds remarkable power to protect your legs, heart, and memory all at once. Ready to discover it? Let's continue. 3. Apples organic with skin. Here's a fact that might surprise you. People who eat apples regularly have a lower risk of stroke and heart disease, according to multiple long-term studies, including one published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. And while we've all heard the old saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away," for seniors, this simple fruit may be doing far more than we ever realized. There is something timeless about an apple: the crisp bite, the sweet tart flavor, the comforting familiarity. But for those of us over 60, an apple is no longer just a nostalgic snack. It becomes a powerful ally in the fight for strength, balance, and independence. When eaten with the skin, especially organic varieties, apples offer a rich blend of fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins that help the body stay strong from the inside out. The high fiber content helps stabilize blood sugar levels, preventing the dangerous energy dips that make legs feel weak, unsteady, or fatigued. And when blood sugar remains steady, your steps are steadier too, reducing the risk of dizziness or sudden fatigue. Apples are also an excellent source of vitamin C, which your body uses to produce collagen, the protein that keeps joints flexible and your skin resilient. This becomes especially important as joints age and cartilage naturally wears down. A daily apple can help protect your knees, hips, and ankles from the stiffness and discomfort that can slowly erode mobility. But perhaps the apple's most powerful defense lies in its flavonoids, plant compounds concentrated in the skin. These flavonoids are natural inflammation fighters. They help protect heart health, reduce arthritis flare-ups, and support circulation, particularly to the legs and feet. Better circulation means warmer muscles, stronger steps, and a greater sense of physical confidence as the years go by. Eating an apple each day is more than just a healthy habit. It's a quiet, consistent form of self-care. It's a way to support your strength, energy, and clarity, using something as simple and natural as a piece of fruit. The best part? It's delicious, portable, and requires no preparation. But your journey to reclaiming vitality doesn't end here. There's one more fruit to uncover: exotic, jewel-like, and bursting with compounds that protect your legs, heart, and brain at the deepest levels. Curious? Let's explore it next. 4. Pomegranates. At first glance, the pomegranate might seem like nothing more than a beautiful, exotic fruit. Its jewel-like seeds glisten with color, promising sweetness and crunch. But for those of us moving through the later chapters of life, this vibrant fruit offers far more than just visual appeal or flavor. It offers real restorative power for the body and mind. Inside each tiny aril is a concentrated dose of polyphenols, powerful natural compounds that actively combat the inflammation and sluggish circulation that tend to creep in with age. As we grow older, our blood vessels lose flexibility, and circulation to the legs and feet can weaken. That loss of blood flow isn't just an inconvenience. It's a serious threat to strength, balance, and confidence. Muscles starved of oxygen tire more quickly, nerves become less responsive, and the simple act of walking can begin to feel like a challenge rather than a freedom. Pomegranates help turn the tide. Their unique antioxidants encourage blood vessels to relax, allowing for smoother, more effective circulation. With better blood flow comes improved energy in the legs, greater comfort in movement, and a reduction in the numbness or heaviness that so many seniors quietly accept as inevitable. But the benefits don't stop there. Pomegranates also offer protection for the joints, easing stiffness, swelling, and the slow ache of arthritis that can limit activity. The anti-inflammatory properties in this fruit gently support mobility, helping you keep doing the things you love, whether it's walking in the park, gardening, or simply getting around the house with ease. And perhaps most impressively, pomegranates also reach the mind. Studies have suggested their antioxidants may help protect cognitive function, supporting memory, focus, and clarity. In a world that often associates aging with decline, this fruit reminds us that sharpness of thought and brightness of spirit can be nourished, not lost. Every spoonful of pomegranate seeds isn't just a healthy snack. It's a conscious choice to stand taller, move steadier, and think clearer. It's a small, daily act of self-respect and protection against the quiet losses that can steal away our independence and joy. Choosing pomegranates is choosing to fight for your future. Not with fear, but with wisdom and nourishment. But as important as it is to protect your legs and your freedom, it's only part of the journey. Because living well in our later years means feeling well too. Inside and out. Let's take a moment to bring everything we've learned together. The power of small choices. There's one more truth I believe every senior needs to hear if they truly want to thrive. And it has nothing to do with what's on your plate, and everything to do with how you choose to live. It's the quiet power of small decisions. In our golden years, it's easy to feel like life is slipping out of our hands. The stiffness in our knees, the slower steps, the foggier moments, they can feel like uninvited guests we have no say in. But here's what I've learned over the decades. We still hold tremendous power in the small, thoughtful choices we make every day. Especially when it comes to what we feed our bodies. Knowing which fruits to embrace and which to limit isn't just about reducing inflammation or managing blood sugar. It's about protecting something far more sacred. Your independence, your dignity, and your ability to live life on your own terms. I've watched friends, good people, slowly lose their strength not because they didn't care, but because no one ever told them that even healthy foods can quietly chip away at the foundation of their freedom. But I'll tell you what nearly 90 years of living has taught me. It's never the big, dramatic changes that make the difference. It's the small, daily choices. The ones that don't feel loud, but build quietly into a life of resilience, vitality, and joy. Choosing blueberries, apples, avocados, and pomegranates isn't just about nutrition. It's a commitment to your legs, your balance, your brain, and your freedom. Avoiding grapefruits, overripe bananas, excess cherries, and pineapple, that's how you protect yourself from invisible risks that can slowly take those gifts away. If there's one thing I hope you carry with you, it's this. You are not powerless. Even now, especially now, you have the ability to shape your future. Not with fear, but with awareness, action, and consistency. Don't wait for a diagnosis, a fall, or a setback to wake you up. Start now. Respect the body that has carried you through so many seasons. It deserves your best care now more than ever. Because in the end, it's not about giving up life's pleasures. It's about choosing the ones that feed your future, not your fears. And the rewards, they're priceless. Strength, clarity, balance, and a freedom that lets you keep dancing through the years still to come. Your best days, they're not behind you. They're waiting ahead, if you choose them. Now it's your turn, my friend. I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you learned today that surprised you? Or one small change you're ready to make for a stronger, more confident tomorrow? Take a moment and share it in the comments below. Let's lift each other up and keep the conversation going, because this journey toward better health is one we're walking together. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and type 1 in the comments so I know it hit home. If it didn't quite land for you, feel free to type 0. Your feedback helps me grow and create better content just for you. And don't forget, hit that like button, Share this video with someone you care about and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another tip that could change your health and your life for the better. Thank you for spending this time with me. Here's to wiser choices, stronger legs, and a life lived fully, on your own terms. Until next time, take care and keep walking forward. You've got this.